I have for you a clip of failed gubernatorial candidate Carrie Lake talking during CPAC. We discussed Steve Bannon in the last segment. Speaking at CPAC, we'll talk more on Monday about the events of CPAC. And Carrie Lake was getting interviewed during this event, CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Conference, and said something that if it wasn't so dangerous, if so much of what she's pushing wasn't so dangerous and dishonest, would be funny. And I honestly laughed and then realized how dangerous all of this is and stopped laughing. But this is, and the host also puts this forward, the logic behind why individuals like Carrie Lake, and we know likely she knows these things to be lies, but why those who follow her truly believe her election and Trump's election and all these different elections have been stolen. Take a look at the stunning evidence that was brought forward by this host, this Right Side Broadcasting host, and Carrie Lake. Truly, you just can't argue with the evidence they bring forward. Not.
It's interesting as we meet, thousands of people. I have not heard one person say that they either voted for Katie Hobbs or even acknowledged they ever saw a Katie Hobbs sign. It was all about Lake. You're the one that campaigned. You're the one that went out and fundraised. You're the one that went out and did the town halls.
That's right.
She didn't do any of it. So a lot of it doesn't really pass the common sense smell check, if you will, any of this stuff.
It's again what they tried to do in 2020 when we had Joe Biden in the basement. He couldn't draw a crowd of 10. President Trump was drawing tens of thousands of people everywhere he went. And they try to tell us that Joe Biden's the most popular president in history. Yeah. 81 million votes. Don't insult our intelligence. And the people of Arizona are tired of it. Katie Hobbs knows she didn't win. Everybody in Arizona knows she didn't win. She can't go out anywhere in public. She's getting booed at sporting events. She went to the most liberal town in Arizona, Tucson, and got booed at a basketball game. That tells you something.
It does.
Even
So I'm going to show you a little bit more of this clip that it's too much with how illogical it is. But before we do that, to respond to what was just said there, Katie Hobbs was booed, guys. How could she have won the gubernatorial election? And then the host there saying, everywhere I go, I talk to all these people, and he's gesturing to a crowd at an event called the Conservative Political Action Conference, and he says, I've talked to thousands of people. Everyone voted or was for you. I haven't found anyone who's for Katie Hobbs. Yes, when you surround yourselves with people, wait for it, that have a particular view, and that's how you find the people that you're surrounding yourself with, which is how the Conservative Political Action Conference comes together. It's crazy, but that view that brought y'all together, or those series of views, are going to be common. If you ask people, they're going to believe the thing that brought them all there to talk about. When Carrie Lake's a headliner, a lot of people there are going to be for Carrie Lake. And it's similar to, I've talked to Trump supporters in the past. A reminder that we have one more clip to look at on this. But I've talked to Trump supporters at Trump rallies, as you guys know, and often I'll ask, why do you think the election was stolen, or other things? And it's just because of the experience they've had in their own life. And one lady I talked to said, just look around, just go around, and cited some story from her personal life. I understand that whenever you're a Trump supporter, for example, or a Carrie Lake supporter, and all your friends are, it can feel like, how would the country not side with us? Everyone I know is on board with that. But the reality of life is that you can create a world, or a world can be created around you that is not representative of the broader world. And that's everyone. We all only have the experiences that we have. And that's why you have to look at broader sets of evidence, broader sets of facts and data. And with our elections, even though I don't understand how Trump could get elected, I recognize based on the evidence that he did in 2016, didn't in 2020. But many aren't able to recognize that. And then Carrie Lake saying that this is like Biden not being able to get a lot of people to go to an event during his 2020 presidential run. What would be a reason that a lot of people didn't want to come together during Biden's 2020 run for president. Maybe it's because there was a pandemic. Obviously, thousands of people weren't wanting to get together. Now, I admit, likely Trump could get a bigger crowd together than Biden. But again, that's not data. That's not proof of how many people will vote. Wanting to show up to a rally is representative of maybe energy, excitement, or just the type of events that individuals are interested in going to. That's not an indicator for necessarily who's going to win an election. Okay, last bit of this. Truly hilarious.
Democrats voted for me and the independents as well. And we won, I believe, in a landslide. And we hope to get that word out and that the justices will rule and apply the law.
Okay, a little.
So, come on, Carrie, if you're gonna lie to us, let's not make our lie that unbelievable, that implausible. Now she stretched it not to just that she won, not to just that moderates, moderate Republicans who didn't side with her actually did, and that's being lied about, or independents, but Democrats. Everyone voted for Carrie Lake in Arizona, according to Carrie Lake. How could she have lost? Every single person, Democrat, Independent, Republican, Green Party voted for Carrie Lake. There wasn't a single person who voted for Katie Hobbs, when in reality, 11,000+ more people, or 17,000+ somewhere, more people voted for, unfortunately for Carrie Lake, for Katie Hobbs than Carrie Lake. Let me know what you think of all of this bonker stuff. Luke P. Beasley on Twitter. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get the full bonus show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley. Link in the description.